God came to me and he said, "You are not living up to your potential. You are not walking the path that I have laid for you." And I said, "I know." He asked why, already knowing the answer. And I said, "Because I'm scared. Because I'm scared to walk the path that I know and have known for a long time that God placed before me. Because I look down that path and I think that it looks hard. And so constantly I find myself on the path and then saying to myself, well, what if I just do this? And I veer off to the side and try to do something else. But that doesn't work. I then come back to the path, only for a moment, to veer to the other side again and say, well, what about this instead? What if I just do this thing? And over time, with effort after effort and attempt after attempt to walk a different path, I've learned a number of things. I believe that teachers come in all forms, all shapes and sizes. I remember one morning hearing a quote from Jim Rohn. He said, "Don't major in the minor things." And as those words hit me, I thought, that's me. That's what I'm doing. I continue to veer off the path that I'm supposed to walk down, to try to major in minor things. But God has told me that the plans he has for me are bigger than the plans I can make for myself. Bigger than the thoughts I have about what I should be doing. And that even though I can't see down that path fully, I need to trust that it is the path I'm supposed to walk. And the fear, though, that I felt, as I've thought about the source of that fear, it's become clear to me that the fear that I felt is you. You, the person watching this video. The world has become more connected than ever, and our opinions fly faster than they've ever flown. We type them quickly and we hit send. And as I've thought more and more about the me that I want to project to the world, I've felt more and more boxed in by this group over here who says, don't say that. And that group over there that says, don't say that. And that group over there that says, we'll cancel you for that. And that group over there that says, we don't believe that. And that group over there who says, you don't know anything. And so I've gone back and forth as I veered from side to side, trying to find the message, the thread, the thing that I want to communicate to the world. On the outside, I seem like a successful person. I have built a company that does what I believe are good things in the world. I have gained these external indicators of success, things that the world looks at and says, wow, you're successful because of your degrees and your awards, maybe your money and your fame, whatever small amounts of that may have come my way. But through all of those things, these two truths have remained. One, I am not fully walking the path that God has laid out for me to walk. And two, the reason that I have not done that is because I am fearful of the judgment and the beliefs and the thoughts of other people. And so I prayed that God would give me the strength to be the person, the full person, the authentic person, the whole person that I am and that I'm meant to be, not just personally, but in front of the world. And that means embracing so many of the contradictions of the world, holding them, holding the conflict, the disagreement, the anger that we throw at one another, holding the barbs that will be thrown at me, the knives that will come my way, and knowing that I don't walk alone. I think that was the thought that I really had to get to. The realization that as a person, I have and I continue to reject being lumped into groups without being very intentional about choosing them. And the reason is because I don't often believe in everything that a group stands for. And I don't want people speaking for me who are not me. But when you're not a part of a group, you invite scorn. You invite criticism. The group is safe. Being outside of the group is not. But then I realized that the path that I'm supposed to walk, the one that God has laid for me, would not be a path I would be walking by myself. It'd be a path that I'd be walking with God, in communion with God, listening, and doing the hard work that is necessary to use all the gifts that I've been given to make this world a better place, to help people who are in need, to speak on behalf of those who are struggling because of the things that we've created, because of the world that we've set up, because of the systems and the cycles that we've put in place. And I also realized that this very message, this statement, that I will seek to walk in faith, a proclamation that I am a person of faith, is just as important. To say that that is where my work is rooted. That is where my beliefs are rooted. That I believe in the value and the meaning and the purpose of every single human being and of every single life on this planet. That I believe that everyone deserves to be treated with respect. And that I believe that we need to feel the pain and the suffering, the struggle and the hardship of everyone who's experiencing it. I thought about the person that I want to be, the person that I am supposed to be. And it is someone who can have compassion for all of the hardship in the world, all the challenges that people are going through, no matter who they are, can have compassion for even the people that we want to have no compassion for as a society. They can feel that, they can see that. It doesn't turn his eyes away from that. And who can also see at the same time the beautiful, wonderful, incredible, miraculous miracle that is our existence. The fact that we can all exist in this world together, that we all have an opportunity to breathe today, to bask in the greatness of this creation, which, for me, the more I zoom into, the more I see how beautiful and intricate it all is. I want to be the person who can hold those two truths and not be consumed by one or the other. I don't want to be purely consumed by the rage of injustice, purely angry and upset at the way we treat one another. And I don't want to be purely consumed by the beauty of the world, such that I'm okay turning my eye away from the needs of those who are harmed by the world that we allow to exist, the society, the systems that we allow to perpetuate themselves. But instead, I want to be the person who can stand in the middle of that, who can see those truths, who can do everything in his own power to make the world around us a better place for all of us to live, while simultaneously pointing out the greatness of every single human being and every other aspect of creation. And so that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do here and in other places that you may see me. I'm going to talk about some hard topics. I'm going to wade into issues that are challenging, because that's what I'm supposed to do. To speak up and use my gifts as fully as possible, as compassionately as possible, to make sure that love is manifest here in this world, to make sure that God's will is felt, which is really just the most beautiful thing that there is. The thing that comforts any of us when we have no one else. The thing that exists to provide for us when we're at our lowest of lows. I'll be both. And so consider this our reintroduction, or maybe our introduction for the first time. My name is Durell Coleman. I am human. I am not that different than you. I am a child of God. And I'm going to do my best to be the best me that I can be, because that's what I'm supposed to be.